Welcome to TLC for the Soul podcast, where soul meets spirit. You have entered into sacred space. I'm your host, TAMI Chambers, and I'm here to help you shine. Now let's get going on this podcast journey. Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome to this week ahead energies version episode of the show. I'm excited to be here with all of you on this very beautiful, when am I recording this? On a Saturday afternoon. And you guys are going to see it on Sunday. But I thought I would try something a little bit different for the week ahead energies. So we're going to do a lot of different things. So first of all, if you're new here, welcome, and hello to all of my returning subscribers and followers and friends here on the podcast show, wherever you may be watching or listening to this. So we are up on YouTube. If you like us here, consider how to get it, subscribing to our channel and joining our community. And we're also over on all the major podcast providers, which I'm still trying to see if I can get a video up on Spotify. Their support is trying to help me with that so that this video can actually go up as a video on Spotify and all of that good stuff. So I've got a couple of little ideas, and you know I'm known for like long intros, so I'm going to try to do this a little bit different today and get into the week ahead energies. And then at the end of the little week ahead reading, I'm going to do a little separate kind of spin-off called Go Deeper or something, and I may just sit with you all and chat a little bit, share some other things, maybe do some additional healing. I don't know exactly what's going to come up there. But before we dive into anything, let's go ahead and wrap us all in love light and light love, creating that sacred space. Calling in the guides who overlight this show, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, bringers of the light, Pleiadians. There's so many guides. We just kind of call out the ones who always show up for every show, and the rest kind of pop in and out. I've got something different planned for us today, so I thought we would get right into it. This is going to be what's coming up for the week ahead, but which is how we always do like our Sunday shows. It always is kind of what the emergent energies are. But I've got a new deck that I've been working on, and I really just want to start using it, even though I don't have the physical cards. So it's going to be released in different little packs. So it's going to be 22 cards per pack. This is the spring edition we're going to be working with for the next however long we're going to be working with it. And then the next one will be the summer edition, and so forth through the end of the year. So this is going to be a deck that every Sunday on the week ahead energies we'll be using it. And even though I don't have the physical deck, it's very interesting to me because the guide said you just go in order in the way that you created them, and that's how you're going to work with them. That's how we're going to work with them on the show. So I've got some different things. I've got Pleiadian Power we're going to be using, some different decks, and later on in our Go Deeper segment, I have a brand new deck. I don't buy very many decks, you guys know that. So I got a brand new deck. I was just really enchanted with the artwork, and so I thought I would incorporate that deck into our Go Deeper sessions. So everything that happens as part of the show is something that you could take, if it resonates with you, as a metaphor, a meaning, a special message meant just for you. And let's start with, you know me, I cannot sit still during these. I can't sit still during these readings. That's why I don't really like to just have the board like facing a blank, like the way it is not really my preference, but until I find a way I like better. ultimately, I wish I had a space where I could just lay things out I have on the kitchen counter and then kind of walk around, but there's no way to do that without, you either get the counter or you get me or you get like nothing. That's a good thing in the shot. So I don't know, we'll just work with this. Anyway, let's see. So the first thing we're going to start with is the card itself. Let me see if I can get it into the camera. So this is the very first card of the Loveland Oracle Spring Pack. This is, what is this? What's today? April 23rd is when I'm recording this, but this is for the week of April 24th, or it's timeless whenever you find it. I mean, it doesn't have to be specifically for that week. But this is the card. It's a ginormous picture of the card. And the card is called Three Choices. And it says, Emily didn't want to choose. She loved all her horses equally, but the universe was forcing her hand. Which horse would get to stay at Loveland Ranch? So there may be colors that stand out. She's standing in front of something that says horse love. These drawings are just so funny. And she has to make a choice, okay? So along with that, I channeled in, because this one is going to have a book with it. These are going to have workbooks. So I channeled in the message for this card, and then we're going to draw some other cards around it to just see what else wants to come through for this week ahead, or whenever you catch this. So this is called Three Choices. The choices you make in this matter are of the utmost importance, is the overarching theme of this card. And the little channeled story is Emily Beckensworth was not a happy camper. So that was Emily we saw in the card. She was being forced to choose, and that did not sit well with her. Loveland Ranch had plenty of room for her 3 ponies and even more. But her father, Sir Beckensworth, was trying to teach her a lesson, and it wasn't fair. She had been out too late the other night, and her little sister had told on her. Emily was out late again with that boy from the fairgrounds, her sister Becca had said the next morning over breakfast of waffles and syrup. The old maid, Mrs. Tallyho, had been with the family since Sir Beckensworth was a little boy, and she scoffed at Emily for her supposed mistake. But it's not a mistake, Emily thought. This relationship was something special, and she was darned if her 15 minutes past curfew was going to result in her favorite ponies being sent away. Mrs. Gallop-a-Lot, Mr. These names, I swear when I channel these. Mrs. Gallop. I can't read them. This is going to go back like it was in that last short that I did. Mrs. Gallop-a-Lot, Mr. Strawberry Fields, and Lady Fairy Pout were her only real friends, save her budding relationship with Eddie the fire charmer, and she didn't want to lose any of them. What was she to do? She smiled her most polite and precious smile at Sir Beckensworth and hoped for the best. So this is like a very lighthearted story, but the way that they were showing it to me with these 22 cards is we're initially calling it the road to Lionsgate, but I don't know exactly what that means yet. So I would just say right now, reading into any metaphors you might have heard in the story, and maybe all the things that we mention as metaphors or all the cards, don't mean something to everyone, like 100%. But so just take what has meaning to you and kind of leave the rest behind. And maybe it's just, you kind of got to laugh at the story, but so a choice is needing to be made. Hands are being forced. In this case, it's a situation between a young girl and her dad, and there's so there's a family involved. There's things that are important to. I'm going to say Emily in this case is you. There's things that are important to you, and you're having to choose, but you don't want to choose because you think you can have everything out of the 3 or possibly more choices that you have. And for Emily in the story, like these choices are like important to her. meaningful. In this case, they're her animal, you know, her pets, her horses. And, oh no, not again. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. We get the Mr. Ed song. So she's trying to, and she's like hanging out. So I don't know what's going on here. She's hanging out with somebody from the carnival. And we have Pixie Carnival is part of Loveland. And Pixie Carnival is another book I've been writing. But she's hanging out with Eddie the fire charmer. And she doesn't want to give up the budding relationship with Eddie and have to lose these other things. Oh my word. So this is going to be an ongoing saga, I guess, as we go through this. But let's just pull some more cards. So I've got Pleiadian Power. This is my deck as well. And we're just going to, oh, I didn't know how to get that done. I don't know what's going to happen here. I do have some, oh, my floor is so messy. I do have some other things I want to show you. All right, let me just shuffle in Pleiadian Power. Oh, God. You guys are making me laugh. The Pleiadians are definitely here. So this week, New Earth Now. Love, Light, and Healing. So this is Nova of New Earth from another blog post series I used to work with. And this is interesting. This came to me. This is so crazy. This came to me, this little painting on Easter Sunday. It was a gift. It was painted by someone who, I don't know, I heard was transitioning kind of right after they painted it. They passed. And it was painted on 11/11/21. And it's definitely a portal. And there was a lot coming up with, I guess this is why I'm bringing it up, because of the grid work that we're talking about here. But this is where we could take it into the go deeper. But this is a portal into something, especially the way it kind of came to me. So we have the coming week. You could be learning more about your role as a keeper of the earth this week. What does that have to do with the 3 choices? I want to get one more of these. Oh, you gave me 2. All right. The other 2 cards we got are Things Are Speeding Up Now. Oh, haha, you're giving me 3 cards. Okay, and Emotions Run Deep here. So maybe what's happening is you've got some choices to make, but you may not have time to work on all of them, because with the Things Are Speeding Up Now, the things are like each choice is kind of near and dear to your heart, but you don't have time to do all of them necessarily. I want to clarify these 3. Let's see. So on this, oh, holy smokes. On the Things Are Speeding Up Now card, you got, this is my hand-drawn deck, Labryinth of Dragonshire, but you got forward motions. That's two times now. And then this card, All Is Not As It Seems, Illusions Surround You, Wait, is for the New Earth Now. And this also has to do maybe with the choices, like maybe you don't have all the information yet. And so it's probably not best to make a choice until you have like full details about all the options. And then the last card is an R, Reinvent Yourself. Emotions Run Deeper. And look, it spells or, like rowboat or kind of thing, like moving forward. Isn't that the 6 of, oh, that's something. I don't know. So you've got choices you have to make. They're all important to you with Emotions Run Deep. Reinvent Yourself is kind of asking you to take a new look at each option. Let's see. Let's go into Happy Cloud. This is also my deck. I just want to play with the board and make it look pretty. It's like, I don't even care what. All right, let's see. Let's see what we get for the forward motion. We got, for the forward motion card, we got Inspired. You have what it takes, keep going. For the love, light, healing, and the you don't have all the answers in that yet, we got island time, you need to slow down. And for the reinvent yourself and emotions run deep, we got time to retreat. So these things are important to you because you've been working on them for a while now. And there's the whole year is big astrology, but things in your world are starting to pick up now. And so you may have felt like you want to give up and maybe, chuck it all to the wind and kind of start all over fresh. And you're being asked to just take a step back. That's not what your guides are asking you to do. I mean, unless you want to, because you have free will choice. But you need to and you're too caught up in the mental and the emotional body with these choices that have to be made. And so if you don't have clarity around what you want to do, because maybe there's missing information, then it's not a good time to make a choice then, basically. Unless you're 100% heart convicted in your heart that that's what you want to do, or that's the choice that you want to make. So it could be anything, since this is very general, but you're asked to just slow down, take some time to listen, especially this week, because we have the eclipse at the end of the week on the 30th of April or the 1st of May, whenever it falls for you. And, maybe it's not a good time to try to force your own hand and make yourself choose. Especially, this is a new moon coming up eclipse. And new moons are always the time to slow down and go within. And I think once the eclipse happens, which we'll see you again on that Sunday, that it's actually kind of right in that eclipse energy. I feel like we're kind of in it right now, but I think you'll have a better sense the week after this week on what you need to do, what choice you need to make. Yeah, and the bottom of Happy Cloud is peace, stay in your power. So don't let this unnerve you. And usually before I do readings like this, I experience similar energies, so I can kind of share with you, how I worked through them, if that has any, reference for you or might help you at all. Somebody said, like, that's why you have teachers or spiritual teachers, is so they can share with you, what they already did or learned, or mistakes that they made, so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. So we're kind of making your job easier here, so to speak. And so in this case, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was actually yesterday. I got this same A card. And when I see it, when it says illusions surround you, wait, I'm kind of like, what illusions and what am I waiting for? But right now, oh yeah, and next week, so that's Beltane too. So the veils are very thin right now. I've heard some people comment on that and they weren't exactly sure why, but it's mirrored energy. So it's Beltane in the northern hemisphere, but it's Samhain in the southern hemisphere. And since we're all one big unit anyway in this planet, like we are experiencing similar energies. So even though you may be in the beginning of May and it may be warm or whatever where you are, you're still tapping into those Samhain energies. And I felt some trickster energy yesterday. I felt like some uneasiness, kind of like there's been things I've been trying to manifest for quite some time, and nothing's really happening, and of course, Spirit's like, well, of course it's happening behind the scenes. So there's been no physical manifestation yet. But yesterday I was kind of like, that's it. I'm tired of this. I was really like, I'm just going to throw it all to the wind. And then I thought, wait, slow down, calm down. Don't make any rash decisions, because your intentions and your words and your thoughts are very powerful. So I was very quick to say, like, not say stuff like, oh, I wish this, any of that. Like, so it was very clear with Spirit, like, I'm mad, I'm tired of waiting. Like, I just reached a point where I just had enough. I'm tired of waiting. I've had patience. I've been doing all the work. I've been working really hard. Where's my physical manifestation? I've just had enough. I really was like, I'm really just almost had enough, and I'm just going to change my mind. And then I was like, no, that's not the right way to do it, especially when emotions were running deep. And I was kind of like, that's not a good place to make any type of decision from. I drew that card about illusions surround you, wait. And I'm like, usually there's wonky energy around eclipses, even around the new moon, because, there's things that are still hidden from you. And so, who knows? Now I'm kind of like, getting cynical. Who knows? Like, maybe that manifestation is right around the corner. Get it there. Children, some of these manifestations are like years in the making. It's just so tiresome. But so I was very clear, like, no, I'm not changing my mind. I don't, because you can right then and there, like, you have free will choice. You can change your mind. So I just like pulled back from that a little bit. I'm just looking at these cards a little bit more. And I just pulled back a little bit and tried to set all of that aside yesterday and do something different to take my mind off of it. And then when I woke up this morning, I felt a little bit better about it. So those are all messages for this coming week. It looks like you could be experiencing something similar, especially if it's something you've been working on for a while. This is very general, so we're not specifically saying, this is a relationship, a job, a blah, blah, blah. So you can attune that to whatever you most want to. But that is, I'm going to pull one more. Where's that deck? This deck, and then we have a brand new deck. I'm going to go into something different. All right, this is Magic. Oh, interesting. Magic and Light. So I must have a thing going on for light. This deck is called Magic and Light, and the new deck we're going to work with, if you go into the Go Deeper section of this episode with me, is called Oracle of Light and Dreams. But this is by Sue Lyon. Let's draw a little final message, as I just saw 22:11 go by on the clock. So we want to share about next week's energies. That's her little deck. It's really cute. I found this rock the other day. I'm going to play with that. We'll play with that on Go Deeper. So your final message is Heart of Earth. So take a look at that little artwork. It's like a little peace dove. Look, there's like a little person in the tree. Let's see what this says. It says, Heart of Earth, peace in winter. Winter. Think of the amazing impact of contrast. We are asked to think from both places. The silver light of the moon transforms everything to thick purple shadows. Mother Earth revolves from the cacophony of a sun-drenched day to the hum of a quiet, thoughtful night. The chaos of work and the massiveness of the day's details soften with the coming of evening. Are you overcome, here we are, with trying to balance everything? Bring things into order, organize a list to make it possible to do it all? Consider this. Use your deep power of knowledge and your perfect intuition to be your guide. Ask the universe for a peaceful harmony to everything you consider important. That's just what we were talking about with the choices. Just go with your intuition, go with your gut instincts, and you cannot go wrong. And if it feels too emotional, just pull back and wait until you have more clarity around something before you decide anything. So that is all for this part of the week ahead. I'm going to move into the Go Deeper section, and I'm going to pull out a few things. I'm going to sit in front of the camera, and we're going to see what comes up here as part of that. So lots of fun. I will see you again right here. Just wait 1 second, and I'll be right back. Hello, friends. Hello, I'm back. I thought I would just do this as more of like a little hang out with me for a few minutes, see if there's any more messages that want to come through. You know, there's always got to be hair fiddling in these parts. And just, I want to check in and play with this new deck for a minute. I also did want to show a couple of findings. So the very first little new rock that I found in my new location up here in the middle of cold land is Love Always Wins. I have another one that I found by the same person in a different park that's even bigger, like it fits two hands. So we have Love Always Wins. And then right now in my backyard, I just found this little crystal. I swear, I was just standing there with a dog, and they have like a bunch of, well, I guess the previous owner has a bunch of rocks like all around the perimeter of my backyard fence. And I saw that and I was like, at first I thought it was like mold or something. I don't know. And then I was like, is it snow? Because there's still snow. But no, I picked it up and look at this cute little crystal that I found. He's super cute. So maybe each week we'll play with a different finding. So there's that. So I want to just draw a little bonus card from this new deck. I'm in love with this artwork. It's all watercolor. Scot Howlin, The Oracle of Light and Dreams. So I think in these go deeper sections of the show, we'll pull cards from here and just use this to deepen whatever needs to be said. Now I just got these out of the package. I mean, the girl just dropped them off. I just want to see, is there anything else we want to share with folks here? Anything more? So I see this more like helping with the ascension process, maybe answering some questions. This one wants to come out. Okay, what is this? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to cross decks. Oh, the back is so cute. So the back is really cute. And the front is, oh crap. I have a feeling I know where this is going. Look at that artwork. I just think it's so beautiful. Snail Rider. So before I even look at the book, we were already talking about taking our time, making decisions this week, going slower. She's got a little crown on her head. Staying in your power came up. So let's look at this. This is also card number 15. Oh, we have Selkies in here too. Oh, a lot of the beings, light beings in this. What in the world? My microphone just flipped over. A lot of the light beings in these cards are also the same ones that I have in my, my list of all my spirit guides. So Snail Rider says, slow. It's a thunderstorm, you guys. It's supposed to have like a massive thunderstorm today, and then it's supposed to snow tomorrow. Okay, this one is Snail Rider. Slow down and smell the roses. Relax, observe, ease, and peace. It is a moonlit, just like me. It is a moonlit night in a miniature forest of moss, mushrooms, and glowing fronds. They write stories like I do for my cards. I love it. The queen, perched majestically upon the snail, is a vision of diaphanous splendor. She has found that the gentle pace of the snail is a truly peaceful way to travel, and that it is through the slowest of journeys, crap, these journeys have been really slow, that the most rewarding discoveries are made. Our lives can benefit from slowing down. Mindful observation of the simple beauty of life can help us put our own troubles in perspective. And the little quote is, I spent a lifetime, oh man, I love it. I spent a lifetime in a garden one afternoon. Craig Lounsborough. This book is really cute too. Look, it's got color illustrations. I love it. Oh, so let's see. Going deeper with slowing down. What else do I want to say to that? I don't want to slow down. Oh, and it's thundering. So electrical storms clearing the air. Oh, I just have to fall into this, like, being peaceful with the process. So maybe you do too, or maybe you've mastered the slowing down. I'm just not that type of person. I'm very driven. And so ever since I left my corporate job, the past 7 years now, isn't seven supposed to be like a lucky, like 777, you win the jackpot? The past 7 years have been very trying because I've had to like learn to like really super slow down. And it must be a huge soul lesson that I've come in to learn. But if any of you have mastered that, I did find a big shift yesterday when I was kind of like, I'm chucking all this to the wind. Where I was kind of like, nope, I just have to go back to the way I used to do things when I was trying to manifest something that wasn't, was taking a while, is I just kind of have to distract myself with something else. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm writing, obviously I've got plenty of projects. So I'm going to be working on my books, finishing working on cards. But some other things that aren't what I consider to be work, like my own project work, like step away from that a little bit. And maybe I'll renew my Audible membership or something, or do like a book of the month and just dive into a book. There's also a library here in town. There's quite a few parks. So hopefully the weather starts getting warmer. There's still no leaves on the trees. I don't know who in their right mind likes this climate. Sorry. Oh God, sorry, not sorry. But it's definitely not the climate for me. But I'm making the most of it. I'm really enjoying the space and the place. So I would say, as I'm waiting for other things to manifest, I really am in deep gratitude for everything, and I'm enjoying the space and the place immensely. It is very quaint and very cute. So I have to weigh like the things I don't like with the things I like, and plus I'm a role model, right, for others around me, and I don't always want to be like in an attitude of, oh, the weather's bad again, whatever's happening, that I don't care about. So just trying to put a positive spin on things. And heck, right? I mean, it can't be all bad. Get to do I guess it's my dream job. I don't know if I ever said I had dreamt about doing something like exactly what I'm doing. Although when I was younger, I did components of all the things I'm doing now. Just for fun, just to be like playful and all that. So I guess that is, in essence, your dream job. You get to like have fun, be playful. The freedom of working from wherever you want. So I'm totally grateful for all that. But the slowing down and this like riding on this snail is just not me. Gosh. So if you guys have mastered that in any other way, I think what we're going to do, I've got the little planter pots and I've got the dirt and I've got the seeds, is we're going to try to plant mugwort again this spring. So I don't know how many of you have been with me for quite some time. I know a few of you have. And last spring we had the whole mugwort debacle of I couldn't find mugwort anywhere. And when I went to the plant nursery back in my old town, the lady was like, oh, that's only something that, she didn't say it in such a way, but she was kind of like, that's not a normal thing that people ask for. And I was like, yeah, of course not. So I couldn't find it, and then I got the seeds to try and plant it, and I did plant some seeds, but they never really germinated. So we're going to try to maybe plant it again, so we'll do that. I would just say, they're like, have fun with this life. Well, of course, we're supposed to be here having fun with this life. I've got the guide stepping in there, like, have fun with this life. Yes. So I do wake up and I'm kind of like, okay, am I enjoying this day? And if I'm not, what can I do to shift it? because we shouldn't be waiting for a manifestation to take place to decide that everything's like, nothing is ever 100% perfect, right? Because even if I manifest certain things, there'll always be some other that's just part of the human experience, right? That's what we're here to do, is like be creators and manifestors. So it's like there'll always be something kind of out of whack, where it's like, I have this thing that I'm manifesting. Oh, but now this thing came up and I need to manifest that. I'm going to wait on that. Well, then you feel like you'll never be happy until you transition, right? So even though, back to these cards, even though emotions run deep and these are things that you might really, really want, just enjoying the process, pulling back, letting yourself be shown what needs to take place. I'm going to draw another Pleiadian Power, and then we'll kind of wrap it up because that's been 11 minutes. Oh, this one wants to come up. So any last words? Yeah, restore. So this is all just a reiteration of slowing down, letting yourself just be, and just enjoying the process. So I hope you all enjoyed this. I am also over on, I'm going to start again. I used to do it a while back, and then I just kind of got bored with it. But I'm on TikTok and Instagram as the same thing, TLC for the Soul. I'm going to start doing my dailies again over there, posts, something kind of fun, maybe playing off of the Loveland Oracle stuff. We shall see how we're going to do that. And I'm considering some other fun things, though I have not really completely sold on some of the ideas that have come to me, so I don't want to announce that yet. But I want to have a little forum where if you want to, like once a month, get together in a private group and just kind of chat, like, I don't know if it's a Zoom call. Some people do things on a Discord server, but things where we could just, like, those of you that want to get like more in the inner circle, whatever that is, could just like hang out together and just, I don't know, share stuff, I guess. So anyway, more to follow, more to come on that as I kind of decide how I want to approach that, or if I even want to approach that at all. But if you like that idea, if you think that sounds fun and you would like a hangout, not just girl hangout, because we still have a pretty big demographic of men that watch this show too. So, you know, I know there's some of my Instagram friends like to hang out on lives and stuff too. So if you like that idea, you know, send me a note, or let me know in the comments if you think that that's something that sounds fun. Because if enough people are interested, I'll do it. But if nobody wants to do it, then why am I going to waste my time, right? So let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you have a good week. If weird stuff comes up and you have to, you know, or feel like something's forcing your hand, just take a step back and wait. I think next week is going to be some totally different energy. So thank you all so much, friends, for joining me, and we will see you again soon. Take care.